look at my sister.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Open Arms Reactions. My name is Casper Fox, this is Mortius, and we're back with the final video of Hamilton for now on Open Arms Reactions.
We are checking out Hamilton one last time. I am, my heart. I'm not ready to say goodbye to this. This was the second series we ever did together. I mean, I am ready because we're going to be doing some really cool things in this slot afterwards. Like, I'm very excited for what we've got ahead, but yeah, this is gonna be heavy. This is gonna be a little heartbreaking. Partially because one of the songs we're checking out is, a heavy lyrical song. But also just because until we eventually bring Hamilton into our tier list series, this is gonna be the last Hamilton, probably for a long time. Because we don't want to go straight into tier list. Like this is gonna be kind of way to bring it back later after we've thought about it, like maybe even a year down the line. So this is the last Hamilton for quite a bit of time. Now, for you guys, it's only been a week. In the real world, it's been 2.5 weeks, I think, since we finished up Hamilton. Do you have any thoughts to share on, how you've felt since it ended? If there have been any new thoughts or insights you've wanted to share about this big show you finished?
I've been going a little bit into the Hamilton rabbit hole because I can finally explore a little bit more without spoilers, and I still didn't manage to. I know a little bit about the cut songs here. Only First Burn. I'm not really sure what. I think there's one called Congratulations, but I'm not really sure what that's about. I just know the names. But I've been going into the rabbit hole. There was something I found out about Lafayette. We talked a little bit about him, the actor that I keep forgetting his name. David.
Yeah, good job.
David Diggs. Yeah. So apparently, David took the job to earned some money and won a Tony is like his nickname or something like that. So which was really funny, yeah. And then I saw some of the the autocomplete interviews and stuff like that about like Lin himself and stuff like that. It's been really nice. I've been listening a ton. Dude, you are not, I don't know, can I reveal or should I save it for the tier list what my favorite Hamilton song is? Because now that I've been reflecting on it, should I?
I mean, I said mine in the reaction, but I also think that's interesting tier list content. Just say your one favorite, but let's not elaborate.
I'm gonna say my one favorite song is You'll Be Back.
Really?
That is my favorite song. I kid, it's the only one I every time. Yeah, it's so I love Jonathan Groff.
Well, we are now hopping into, for our final episode, 2 of the songs that didn't make it into the one of the songs that didn't make it into the official soundtrack, and then kind of an extra piece. So, Congratulations is a song that was supposed to be in the original soundtrack. This was, like I said, supposed to be in the musical. It was cut. I don't remember exactly why. Maybe just for time, maybe just for what they decided for content. But essentially, there was supposed to be an entire song that happened when Angelica came back after the Reynolds pamphlet. So you remember in that song how she comes back and she's like, I'm not here for you.
That short exchange.
I know myself. How it's a 30-second little bit in inside Reynolds pamphlet. It was supposed to be a full, still not crazy long, but it was supposed to be a full 2-minute song.
Yeah, I remember you. I think you told me actually.
I did, but then you said you didn't know what Congratulations was, so I was like, he probably forgot. I'll just re-explain it. But so that's what this is going to be. And then, honestly, I'm not even going to explain what the second one is fully, because you partially said you already know, but I want to save that. I want to just hop right into Congratulations, honestly.
Yeah, okay, let's do it, man.
So, let's check this out, and yeah, Congratulations. I feel like I had another thought, but I don't know what it was, so let's do it.
Angelica.
Alexander. Congratulations. You have invented a new kind of stupid, a damage you can never undo kind of stupid, and open all the cages in the zoo kind of stupid. Truly, you didn't think this through kind of stupid. Let's review. You took a rumor a few, maybe 2 people knew, and refuted it by sharing an affair of which no one has accused you. I begged you to take a break, you refused to.
So
dude, I never thought of that. That's a good point. You could have dismissed that as hearsay. You're a lawyer.
Yes.
That's a very good point.
Yes. 100% there. Yes, I love that.
In the zoo, kind of stupid.
Truly, you didn't think this through, kind of stupid.
Let's review. You took a rumor a few, maybe 2 people knew, and refuted it by sharing an affair of which no one has.
I love that line so much. It flows so well.
accused you.
And-
I begged
and-
you to take a break. You refused to.
Yeah, there were some the stringed instruments from, I think, the pamphlet, the Reynolds pamphlets.
yes.
No, was it from the Reynolds
I think
pamphlet? There's a
so.
specific motif. Yeah, but they were there in the background. I
I
like
don't know.
that.
It's been a bit.
Congratulations. Yeah.
But yeah,
W.
I begged you to take a break. You refused to. Bringing back in, of course, take a break.
Yeah.
So scared of what your enemies will do to you. You're the only enemy you ever seem to lose to. You know what, Jefferson can do what he wants. He doesn't dignify schoolyard taunts with a response. So yeah, congratulations. You've redefined your legacy. Congratulations.
It was an act of political sacrifice.
Sacrifice?
It's a.
I know.
That's
An
insane.
act
Bro,
of political sacrifice.
That's like, I can't believe that he doesn't like at least stand your ground. Like Alexander is admit what you did instead
Yeah.
of being like excusing it. That's insane.
Oh
man.
yeah, 100%.
Dude. And dude, I don't know if you guys know, but we've talked about that Mortius has this really cool project with a rap battle between Odysseus and Hamilton. And Mortius has wrote me into being Hamilton before I knew about anything that related to the Reynolds pamphlet.
I don't
Now
know what
just
you're
suck.
talking about.
Congratulations.
It was an act of political sacrifice.
Sacrifice?
I languished in a loveless marriage in London. I lived only to read your letters. I look at you and think, God, what have we done with our lives and what did it get us? That doesn't wipe the tears of the years away, but I'm back in the city and I'm here to stay, and you know what I'm here to do. I'm not here for you.
So this part was actually
I know
included.
my sister like I know my own mind. You will never find anyone as trusting or as kind. And a million years ago she said to me, this one's mine. So I stood by. Do you know why? I love my sister more than anything in this life. I will choose her happiness over mine every time. Eliza is the best thing in our lives. So never lose sight of the fact that you have been blessed with the best wife. Congratulations.
It's so just angry. It's so good. There wasn't a lot to
Dude.
talk about musically there because
No.
like
It is the same song.
It's a very similar song, and it's a
Yeah.
like it's a beta version, so like it didn't have everything
Yeah.
brought in. A like version 1 kind of. But yeah.
She's speaking. I must have. I'm kind of sad they didn't include this. Like, it's 2.5 more minutes. I feel like they could have done that. This is, dude. She's speaking facts.
Yeah.
Sisterhood. Yeah. Wow. I love that.
I
W.
think, but I wonder if part of it, honestly, because this would have happened right before Burn. So I wonder if like Angelica being mad would have like diminished some of what Eliza was saying in their head. Like if you went straight from this into Burn, if it would almost feel
Touche.
like Burn is like it's like, why is Angelica being more angry than Eliza
Yeah.
at that point? So
Yeah,
maybe that was
touche.
part of it, but I'm not sure. Oh, did
Touche.
you just wake up? Okay, we're gonna have a cameo for the rest of Congratulations, and then
Dougie.
here's the Care Bear. I don't know if you've been on Or. I know you've been on our solo.
think so.
She's been in our collaboration, so I think she's been in a
Yeah.
Hamilton reaction before, even. So she's still been in this series, but I don't think I've brought her for this channel. You need a nail trim. You got claws, girl. Okay, anyways. Oh my gosh, you're falling.
For the rest of your life, every sacrifice you make is for my sister. Give her the best life. Congratulations.
Oh, that's it. So
He
yeah,
slaps him on. Oh, dog. I like that.
I don't know if that was just this person's interpretation,
okay.
but
Fair, fair,
honestly,
fair.
I could see it being in character. So,
Yeah.
obviously, shorter song, not a ton to talk about, but give some really
Hmm.
cool insight into what that verse kind of could have been. What are
Yeah,
your thoughts,
for sure.
Kara? Did great. Nice job.
Nice.
Very insightful. Do you have any thoughts about that before we hop into First Burn?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm sad they cut it.
Then I'm going to take the baby outside real quick, so we're going to cut just for a moment, and we'll be back for First Burn in just a moment.
Yeah.
All right, so we are now back, and we are going to be checking out First Burn.
It's
You mentioned you know a little bit about this song. What do you know?
yes. I know that it is a version of Burn that was just too much for audiences, so they had to turn it down, which then became the original Burn. Yeah.
Not necessarily too much for audiences, just on its own, but the feedback I remember from an interview with Lynn, it wasn't that First Burn was too much, it was that First Burn was too much for her to then forgive him.
Oh,
It was basically like a big feedback for test audiences was like the Eliza that sings the lyrics in this version of the song would not go back to him 4 songs later. So they had to tone it down a little bit just for that reason more. Another thing you might not know, which I actually didn't know until a comment told me this. So Pat, fact check me on this. I probably should have checked because I am basing this off of just one person, but the patron who told me this has been right in the past, so I'm going to say it as fact and hope it's true. I think these are all different Eliza actors. Like people who have been Eliza in the past. I didn't realize that until very recently, if that's even true.
Dude, that's so symbolic. It like generations of women affected by infidelity by men that work too much.
Yes. Oh man, what a statement to make there. I mean, it's so accurate, but yeah, what a connection to bring. All right, so a lot of this is structurally the same because it was the first draft of Burn, but there are a couple things that I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about. This one will definitely dive into almost more like a typical like RNA that we would do on our solo channels. This is going to have a lot of, because there are multiple different Eliza actors. There's going to be some harmonies that I think you're going to really enjoy talking about. There's some changes in lyrics, some changes in things like that. For the most part, it's structurally a similar song, but I still think we're going to have a lot to talk about. So I'm really excited for it, and let's hop right on into it now. The way the piano from the get-go has just the slightest bit of distortion is really interesting.
It's very, very, like, it's almost giving me Halloween vibes. Like,
I was gonna
very,
say it's almost haunting. Yeah.
scary. Yeah, dude, one thing, I don't remember if this is in the original Burn. Does it go and continues on that scale? Like, do 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 do
Yes.
do 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 do. It does that in the
Yes.
original as well? Oh, okay, gotcha, then nothing.
I saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I saw you, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine. Do you know what Angelica said when I told her what you'd done?
Different
She
order
said,
lyrics.
You have married an Icarus. He has flown too close to the sun.
Those harmonies are beautiful.
Those are
But
beautiful.
we're about to hop into the different part of the lyrics. So
Yeah.
the one question I have for you is, have you re-listened to Burn much? I'm
No.
curious. Okay, that's very
I've very much avoided it.
very understandable. But so I'll make sure I point out any differences there. That Icarus line is in the Broadway version the second iteration. It's, do you know what Angelica said when she saw your first letter arrive? Be careful with that one, love. He will do what it takes to survive is the first one.
Yes.
Then the Icarus is when they reprise that in the second verse. So in this version, they start with the he flew too close to the sun line from the get-go.
Yes. Oh.
And those
It's
harmonies,
like-
the you've married an Icarus, he's flown too close to the sun is beautiful.
Very, very nice. I like that, and also very simplistic kind of. It's not very really a complex harmony, but it gets the job done. So it sounds really, really nice. It's the instrumentalization. I remember it in Burn being way more like activity level, being way more spread out in the sound image. Like it's very, especially the bass is like dum dum
Yes.
dum, like it's almost staccato instead of having these legatos on them, which is
good
an
point.
interesting. But because I feel like the so far right now, the first Burn, I'm getting super eerie, scary vibes from it, as in about we're
I'm
about
just
to
thinking
feel
it looks
Eliza's fucking rig,
like
you know?
that, yes,
But
that
yeah, it's
anger,
burning up,
yes.
yeah, exactly. Instead of her being really, really affected and sad in the Burn that we saw at first, right? So very, so far.
Cool. I'm excited for you to get to these lyrics. You ready?
Yes.
She said, You have married an Icarus. He has flown too close to the sun. Don't take another step in my direction. I can't be trusted around you. Don't think you can talk your way into my arms, into my arms. I'm burning the letters you wrote me. You can stand over there if you want. I don't know who you are. I have so much to learn. I'm rereading your letters and watching them.
People are going to be so mad at me for stopping right there. But before we get into what we're about to, which I know we'll talk about, don't take another step in my direction. I can't be trusted around you.
Jesus.
Oh, hold on. Big leg.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
You got super frozen there. Okay, I think we're fixed.
good?
We don't need to worry
Yeah,
about a
yeah.
cut for that. That's going to be funny for YouTube. Get to see a little bit of a thing there. But yes, don't take another step in my direction. I can't. And they'll just like, like, flown too close to the sun. Don't take another doom. And like the little bit of suspension of instrumentals is so powerful
Marks
there.
yeah.
This, like,
Very good.
oh wait, this like
He has flown too close.
the way the
to
instrumentals go.
sun.
Yeah.
Don't take another step in my direction.
And then we get a little more of those complex instruments, and you were talking
Yeah.
about that being a lot more simple. God, it's so good.
Yeah. And I like here in the drums that he's doing cross stick. So to kind of not over it, because you can easily, this is a in 3/4 beat wise, and you have so you have this like right.
Yes.
Instead of having, so he has a cross stick, so he has, instead of doing they do to get a like a, I don't have anything to show it with. I never have. But essentially, if you look at him, he's not lifting the hand to
Yes.
beat like this. He's lifting here like a, like a
Yes.
K snare in beatbox.
Okay.
Which makes it might, because it doesn't introduce treble. The treble doesn't overwhelm Eliza here, but still carrying the element of having the hi-hat going on eighths, right?
Love
Which is
your
really
insight.
nice. Like really, I love breaking down drums. It is my favorite thing in the world. And he's really gracefully, like he's very much if you see, it's all in the wrist movement. If you look at his arms are essentially kind of keeping them like kind of relaxed and still. It's in the wrist, everything is. So he's really going with that hi-hat there, right? And hitting the
Interesting.
wrist and the forearm. Really nice technique from this guy.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. And then, yeah, when we get to the I'm burning the letters you wrote, like, then we go back to the original lyrics. So it's just this sort of faster part that's different.
Take another step in my direction. I can't be trusted around you. Don't think you can talk your way into my
Don't think you can talk your way into my arms. She knows how powerful his words are. She's like, don't come near me. I
Yeah.
can't be trusted around you. She's basically acknowledging, like, if I let you apologize, I know it's going to work on me. So just stay
Oh.
away. That's how I
Interesting.
interpreted that.
Yeah, because I would get it that she can't be trusted because she doesn't trust just because of how angry and sad she's about the situation. She doesn't trust herself not to do something stupid around Alexander, like maybe borderline hurting him or something like
Gotcha.
that. you know?
Interesting.
But I must admit, I don't personally feel like these lyrics were so extreme for her to forgive him after, because this is her initial reaction to
we are a minute into a 3-minute song.
yeah,
So-
that's very fair. But still, so far, I feel like that when you are confronted with infidelity, and God forbid it, I hope none of you watching or anything like that will have to experience what it's like to be cheated on. But the moment you find out, you are essentially kind of transformed into this person that you don't know, because this is such a foreign thing, and especially if you're with someone who you were like really in love with, had like the whole life planned out and stuff, and then all of a sudden this comes as like a curveball. You become a person you don't recognize, and then you start thinking about things and doing things that you wouldn't do, because it's just such a big change up. It's almost like you go through like the stages of grief in a sense,
that
right?
makes sense.
And a lot of people jump to anger immediately, as they should, obviously, right? And having her do like, don't take a step closer, I don't trust myself around you, is a great line to bring in there.
Good.
For sure.
I'm glad you like that.
I'm burning the letters you wrote me. You can stand over there if you want. I don't know who you are. I have so much to learn. I'm rereading your letters and watching them burn. I'm watching them burn. You published the letters she wrote to you. You told the whole world how you brought this girl into our bed. In clearing your name, you have ruined our
Your enemy whispers, so you have to scream, just like Angelica said.
Heaven forbid someone whisper he's part of some scheme. Your enemy whispers, so you have to scream. So being like, your response was so disproportionate. Again, exactly what Eliza was saying, or Angelica was
Yeah.
saying. Sorry.
I can't believe we never touched base on that because that's such a good point. Like that's a very, really, really good point. He was not, because I was under the impression that he was somehow forced to do this to clear his name, but he wasn't at all. There was no reason to write the Reynolds pamphlet, like as in at all. It was
yeah.
hearsay, a small rumor, right?
Yeah.
This song is way more electronically built than
Of course,
Burn.
yes. It wouldn't
Yeah, it is
necessarily be
very- yeah.
exactly like this if it had been this version. It's more lyrically and structurally, but not necessarily instrumentally would have been exactly like this. This was on
Yeah.
this was released as part of the Hamilton mixtape, which is kind of an alternate
that's
take
fair,
on a lot of the
but yeah,
songs.
that makes a lot of sense because, like, especially something that Hamilton was very good at is having these live instruments sound like live instruments, even
Yes.
both guitars and piano and stuff like that. And something I've noticed with piano playing in Hamilton, it's so rare that you just get like a full-on 10-finger drop on the piano. It's always drum instead of dum, drum, just like that. Right before we got the like that do 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 do, that chord there, that seventh chord I think it was. But also the drums are very heavily modified, and you can hear the bass is very electronic as well. But if it's a mixtape and it's supposed to be something really
Yes.
separate, I guess that makes sense. But I also feel kind of disconnected from the show we watched in a sense, right?
That's
With
fair.
all these like, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is a thing.
That's fair. I appreciate your honesty.
Heaven forbid someone whisper he's part of some scheme. Your enemy whispers, so you have to scream. I know about whispers. I see how you look at my sister. Don't. I'm not naive.
I know about whispers. I see how you look at my sister. Don't. I know, right? That's the lyric I've been waiting to share with you this whole time. I've watched so many reactions to First Burn, any I can find, mostly for that lyric. Like,
Have to scream. I know about whispers. I see how you look at my sister. Don't.
Holy dude, that's
I know.
insane.
Isn't that a bonkers line?
Okay, now I'm beginning to understand the crowd, the initial testing crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. Whew. Any specific thoughts before I keep it going?
I wish we had Philippa Sue on this.
Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
why they didn't, if it was just scheduling or what, but
Yeah, because I assume she's a how do you say it, like a very hot person, like,
Yes.
and she's very wished upon in
yes,
production.
yes,
Exactly
yes.
right. Yeah. Interestingly enough, I'm kind of still sad about that Philippa Sue because the thing that really touched me for Philippa Sue, because I can relate to the sadness, like the general sadness and hopelessness that she felt Philippa Sue in the original Burn. I must admit I can't relate to the anger. So it's not hitting me as hard as the original
That makes a
Burn
lot
would.
of sense.
So yeah, but I would have loved to see how Philippa Sue would have portrayed that
That's
in a sense.
fair, but I also think there's some appreciation because when you've got such an iconic cast, it can be really hard for other people to step into those shoes. So I almost like the fact that they're allowing
fair.
it being like, no, these 5 women are also Eliza. And
That's
they
a
don't
very-
need. I feel
very
like if Philippa Sue had been in here, there would have been a lot more comparison. And that honestly
Very good
probably wouldn't have been good for it.
Very, very good point. Also, something that because this is something that, and I'm very sorry, I'm gonna bring Epic into this again. So, you know how Lynn was never like Lynn Manuel Miranda,
Yes.
something like that. I feel like that a lot of the bigger, obviously because they're so popular, right? Lynn is not very connected to the audiences, like in a sense that people like us, you know. Whereas, for example, and I have a point with this. I'm not just trying to like bring down Lynn or anything like that. Whereas, for example, Jorge is a bit more connected with the Epic community and stuff like that, right? And something that I'm now thinking of is that I'm very grateful that Jorge is that, because Jorge has been talking about a cut song saga, right?
Yes.
Whereas, for example, me personally loving Your Light, where there has been talk about potentially Stephen Dookie coming in
Yes.
to potentially re-record that so we can hear the actual polities as that, right? Whereas that's an
So now
element we're
you
not going
feel
to
like,
hear.
yeah.
Yeah,
makes
that where
sense.
that if they're undercut songs. It was though the congratulations that was Angelica's.
I don't
That
know
at least
actually. It
it
sounded
really
very
sounded
similar.
like her.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so yeah, it's just interesting because a lot of people are comparing Lynn and Jorge. Because I think they're both Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah, and in that
similarities.
sense, yeah. So yeah, not to obviously that's maybe a bit bad just comparing them because of their
No, I get what you're saying. There's a
nationality,
lot
but
of
yeah,
correlation, and that's only one of it.
exactly.
Okay.
They're both great composers.
Very
and
talented.
songs.
About whispers, I see how you look at my sister. Don't. I'm not naive. I have seen women around you. Don't think I don't see how they fall for your charms. All your charms. I'm erasing myself.
Before we get to this part, because this part is layered and amazing, but listen to that. Like, wait, where was
Don't think I don't see how they fall for your charms. All your charms.
I love that one person with that charms, but obviously way higher. Like it's such a
Yeah.
good little riff up there.
That's really something I wish musicals would play around with more. You see it in, I'm going to bring some really interesting. So for 6
Yes.
in the na 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 na, you know,
Yes.
in what's that? That's before the finale. It's I Don't Need Your Love.
Yes.
There's this harmonized riff,
Yes.
and it's a very complicated. Like you really require some vocal agility to do that, and they do it harmonized, similar to if you have listened to Voice Plays Bang by AGR. I
Yes.
assume you have, like that Janon, Ellie, and is it Caesar? I don't remember who does
No.
that one. It might be Omar. It
way
might be
back.
Omar.
That was DJ, I think.
DJ, thank you. Yes, sorry. And they do this like bang, ooh, you know, like
Yes.
these complicated riffs and I really wish that Broadway especially would bring a little, because yes, the Broadway singers are fantastic in vocal agility. Use it a bit more. Throw in some like there that would have been like really cool to have some like a bit more passion in the vocal agility, you know,
Interesting.
having like especially if this is a mixtape, if you're going to the song where you're harmonizing on a riff, you might as well go all the way. It doesn't take away from the message, because if that's the logic, then you wouldn't have done the riff at all, in my eyes at least, right? So I would have loved to see if they experimented a bit more with some more vocal agility, making this a bit more powerful in a sense, right?
You're gonna like
I would
Wicked. You're
Wait,
gonna like
yeah?
you're gonna like
Oh,
Wicked.
shit.
You're gonna
Okay,
like Wicked
I'm
a
very
lot.
excited for Wicked.
All right.
Think I don't see how they fall for your charms. All your charms. I'm erasing myself from the narrative. Let future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke her heart. You have thrown it all away. Stand back, watch it burn.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
watch it all burn. And when the time comes, explain to the children the pain and embarrassment you put their mother through. When will you learn that they are your legacy? We are your legacy.
Yes. F the rest of your legacy. When will you learn that? Tell our children the pain and embarrassment you put their mother through. When will you learn they are your legacy? We are your legacy. Oh, Casper.
And that harmony on Wheel, damn, holy shit,
There we go. There we go.
dude, that's incredible.
Let's just get all that again. Oh, wait, hold on.
You have thrown it all away. Stand back, watch it burn. Just watch it all burn. And when the time comes, explain to the children the pain and embarrassment you put their mother through. When will you learn that they are your legacy? We are your legacy. If you thought you were mine, don't.
Oh, it just stops there. Holy shit, dude. And Oh my god, I'm swearing so much. I've been trying to cover my hand when I swear so they don't have to put the graphic on just so to make it easier on the editors. But holy, that was insane. I'm going crazy with that. That's insane. Okay, so dude, the panning on this is incredible. Great production value. Whoever is in my left ear riffing in like high 4th octave, start 5th octave is slaying. They're all slaying. That was incredible. That like, I'm so happy because very touchy subject for me, but very like that kind of like I didn't even have time to think about anything like that just because of the vocal agility like here.
And and the way that it ends, instead of ending with burn, ending with the if you thought you were mine, don't.
Yeah.
Like if
And
you
it's so
thought you were mine,
marching as
don't.
well. So good, man.
Oh,
That
I
was
knew there was going to be a
incredible.
lot of drum stuff that you were catching there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that is First Burn, which, by the way, massive, huge shout outs to these 5 names. I like how they're like halfway through you were like, where's Philippa Sue? And by the end you're like, this is all I needed and everything I ever wanted. These 5 women are absolutely stunning and did so well. And I love, and you can really see in this, like, not to like say anything about anyone good or bad or anything like that, but just you can see here really how blind the casting is for these shows. Like these are all very, very different Angelicas. And it's kind of, thank you, sorry, yes. Very, very different Elizas. And even like, there'll be ones where like they just don't like match up at all with like some other things happening, and that's totally okay. Like it's really fascinating how well this show does with how blind the casting is in like the tours and things like that. I don't actually remember. How have I never thought to look this up? I need to look up the cast for the Hamilton show I went to. I don't think it was one of these 5 women, but maybe it was. I'm honestly not sure. I don't remember who my Eliza was.
Did you see it on Broadway, like in New York?
Traveling Broadway. So I saw the official Traveling Broadway cast. It was because there are some like off-Broadway shows that I will go to that are still licensed from Broadway. Yeah. And then there is the official Broadway tour. Sorry, we had to cut something due to weird audio. Like everything happened all at once. We had to cut something. The beautiful reality of being a content creator. That was probably a very awkward cut to make, but all of that to say, yes, I did see it on an official Traveling Broadway. It was absolutely beautiful, and I want to go look up who my cast was. But for now, we are saying goodbye for now to Hamilton, an American musical. Do you have any finalist of final thoughts, my lovely partner in crime?
Oh, it has been a pleasure, dude. Hamilton was almost the foundation of why we started, or we talked about putting like that. Like, dude,
yeah, if we had just stuck with Epic, we probably would have kept to the solo channels and just that collaboration. So honestly, this is a huge reason we started this. So thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for doing this with me, and I can't wait for what comes next. I'm not going to announce it now, so we're not regretting anything. That wasn't even intentional. That wasn't even intentional. Oh my goodness.
I want to say that, guys, we mentioned this before. We have been bombarded with lovely comments about how much you guys want us to check out the animatics. And as we've said before, we are planning on checking out the animatics at some point, but we don't want to do Hamilton back to back. So there will just go some time. We can't promise how long, but there will go some time between now that we finished Hamilton with the cut songs here and when we start doing the animatics, because we are actually going to do those in connection to tier listings, as we've done with Epic. So yeah.
And the last thing I want to say is, I know you guys would be like, no, do more Hamilton, but trust me, what we're about to bring in next is going to be very, very popular. Casper doesn't get this joke. Don't worry.
The song by Ariana Grande and Mika? They have a song called Popular, right? Where are you going? Come back.
Thank you all very, very much for being here. And also, don't put a lot of weight into that joke because our schedule is constantly changing. But don't worry, even if we don't hop into what I just teased, we might be hopping into something so much better. I'm making all the jokes that Casper doesn't get.
I give up, man.
Those, we do not know the order yet, but unless things change again, if you know what those two references are, those are going to be the next two shows in the Hamilton slot. We don't know what order yet, and also that's subject to change. Take everything with a grain of salt. Our schedule is constantly changing, but that is our plan. So thank you all so much for being here. Casper, tell them what to do.
Well, first of all, you need to look over here and look at all these wonderful scrolling names, which are our Patreon. Thank you so much for allowing us to be doing this. Being, I don't know, what are we, man? Being two idiots on a screen that you watch on YouTube for some reason, which is great. We are very, very grateful. And want to say thank you so much for joining us on the Hamilton adventure. All the prophecies, all the nat ones, all the amazingness. Are you okay? Did you crack your jaw?
I think I did a little bit. I pogged too hard at the patrons and hurt my jaw.
God. Well, then I will gladly do the rest of the outro then. Down below we have a bunch of boxes that you can click and actually tell the YouTube algorithm that you like Or's content and want to support us. You can watch it for like 5 to 10 seconds. Just be sure to click it if you want to. Other than that, thank you so very much for watching.
And as always,
time,
greet the world with open arms.
open arms.
Love you very much, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, Milton.